I need a dollar, 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 that's what I need. Hey, hey. Well, I need a dollar, 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 that's what I need. Hey, hey. Said I need a dollar, 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 that's what I need. And if I share with you my story, would you share your dollar with me?
What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to our Broke Boi Gaming Podcast number 3. I know it's been a while since we've had a new podcast popping up. I know we've done a few live streams, kind of just messing around with the software that we have. But yeah, we are back. So say hello, everyone.
Hello,
everyone.
hello. Hey, everyone.
Yeah, today we got Jared with us. We have Devin and we have Seth. There's a few other Broke Boys who are missing, but they were unable to join us today.
Okay,
so
we got the main characters, bro.
Yeah.
The main characters.
This arc's the best arc.
Yep.
Yeah. So So how's everyone's weeks been so far? I know it's been a while since we've I don't know gotten together and done this.
Let's see here. College just started up again.
Oh, college.
And it's going okay. I recently moved into a new apartment, and I have to walk to school every day, approximately 2 miles.
You're not far from campus.
That's lit. Shut up. I have to walk to campus, which is about a mile.
You're right next to campus.
Hey, listen, and then I have to walk to my class, which is another mile. Because I have to walk.
Okay. Back in my day.
Back in my day, we had to walk uphill both ways.
Both ways in the snow.
Bro, that's what my grandpa started to say. I was like, "Boy, you tweaking, dog. Go take your medicine for Alzheimer's." Yo.
Wow.
Anyway,
Just kidding. All right. So
what are we going to be talking about today, Christian?
So today we're going to be talking about what video game world we would like to live in. We have like a list of different random topics that kind of pop into our head. And
did he just cut out for anybody else?
What?
Yeah.
Not for me.
He did for me.
Did I?
All right. So
you guys are plebs then.
So today we're talking about video game worlds that we would live in or be the main character in.
Yeah, oh wait. Did I just cut out?
Yeah, a little bit, but it's okay. Who
I
cares?
didn't hear that last part.
What character we would be in the world?
Yeah, in the world.
Yeah.
So we can't just be an NPC thrown in that.
Yeah, I don't. No, NPCs would die, bro. Yeah, like let's say you were in Skyrim, right?
Right.
If you're a random NPC,
if you're not a Dragonborn, there's no point.
No, but like let's say you were just like a random NPC, right? Like a farmer, and then somebody like breaks in your house. It's like, oh, what's up? You're a vampire. It's like, all right, son, go to bed. And then it's your blood. Like that's not okay. I'm not trying to have no vampires sucking on my neck. That's stupid,
that is
bro.
true.
Yeah, right. That's why you don't be NPCs. All right.
So it would be like the main character of that world,
or another essential character. Like, hopefully you guys don't pick one that dies, but I mean, it's really up to you if you know your game or not.
Yeah. So Devin, how's your day been? Really quick, I just wanted to,
What was that?
So
what?
It's life been treating you well out in, the place that you live. Yeah.
I recently got myself a Nintendo Switch. It's been a lot of fun. I have to say I'm very impressed with the ingenuity they showed with this creation. Being able to play video games literally anywhere is just mind blowing.
I honestly thought that it was gonna flop altogether. I didn't believe that Nintendo was going to have the option or like the innovation to kind of just,
Yeah, it's really just shocking the world right now, I'd say.
Absolutely.
Best exclusives around too.
Here they confirmed a Pokemon RPG for this year.
Yeah, it's coming out. Hopefully this year. We'll see.
Yeah, well, fingers crossed, I guess.
Having Pokemon on the big screen is just like a dream come true. So.
Yeah, well, it's been a while since like they've done any of that since I want to say the GameCube and the Nintendo 64. The N64 used to be able to like put your game cartridge, like there was like this Game Boy cartridge like transporter thing. I forgot the name of it, but you used to be able to connect it to your controller and like you can import your team into like Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2 and like play on the big screen. And I know they did something similar with the Game Boy Advance versions as well with the GameCube. And
Oh yes, I did. I remember. I remember.
Blew my mind.
Dude, I remember playing this shit on my big screen. I was like, yo, I can see all the pixels.
Oh,
all of them.
All right, let's get this rolling.
All right, so we're gonna be talking about. Well, I'm not entirely sure what. Like, I know what we're talking about, but like, so the topic of discussion is what video game world you would like to live in if you were like main character wise.
Yeah.
Not main character, just you have to choose a character.
Yeah, that's not an NPC.
Oh, a character. Okay, well,
I mean, no, not. You can be an NPC, but you can't be you can't be one. Basically, a regular NPC.
Okay, well, you can be an
saying?
NPC, Jared.
You know what I'm saying?
You can be an NPC in Assassin's Creed.
I don't know.
I'll be a main ass character.
You could be the NPC of the NPC and
no,
Assassin's
I'm just saying.
Creed
I'm not picking an NPC. I'm saying like somebody else could. Like somebody might not want to be like. Let's say a character dies at the end of the game. Like you may, but you might like the world. RP. Yeah.
All right. So I guess I'll start. I would have to say. I mean, I've thought about it a little bit. At first, I was thinking Fable, but I've changed my mind over to Pokemon in general because you
stole mine.
Because I feel like it's. I mean, even if you aren't like the main character, quote unquote, like there are still a lot of other powerful trainers out there. Even if you are like an NPC, just in general, like I mean, obviously, us knowing about the knowledge of the game and how it works. It would kind of it would be easier for us, just well, I know what this Pokemon does, like where to find this Pokemon, like what kind of team I am the
champion of the Elite Four.
And then, like, not even that, like, even if you became like the champion of the Elite Four, like you would have multiple challengers and like trying to either like reclaim that or become like a gym leader or things like that. Part of like the battle frontier. And I know with like the new Pokemon Sun and Moon, there's like the trial challenges. I'm pretty sure I stopped playing after like Black and White too, regrettably, because I was too poor to buy a 3DS. But I don't know. You would run into like those like legendary characters like Red or Blue, and I don't know, like Giovanni, Lieutenant Surge, or like any of the other. I mean, like the region's so huge. It's not even just one. Like not just like the Kanto region or the Hoenn region. Or the Alola region. Like, you can literally travel all over the world and kind of just... Yeah, that would be mine.
And kind of capture animals, make them your slaves.
Yes.
It's battling for sport, Jared.
Yeah.
Okay. Even better. You're running animal battlegrounds. Just like...
Animal battlegrounds. But it's not really dogfighting or anything. It's
what do you mean?
Because it's legal, clearly, in their world.
That doesn't mean it's not dogfighting. It can be legal. It's legal, but it's
no. It'd be illegal if the Pokemon died, but your Pokemon faint.
Yeah, they can always be revived.
Obviously, they faint. They tire out.
I guess.
Dang.
But yeah, I don't know. That would be my my choice. Thinking about it long enough. So I mean, if Devin would like to piggyback off mine, so we pretty much have the same idea.
Yeah, I actually have a few options in mind for me. So,
all right.
Pokemon was my main one, but I got some good backups.
I swear, if you say Watch Dogs.
Son. It's an option, all right.
Wow.
But I think the obvious one would have to be any of the GTA games.
Oh, for sure.
Mean, you literally just do whatever the fuck you want.
But imagine going to all the time, dude. Come on.
But you usually just die and wake up outside of a hospital and you're good to go.
And constantly getting texts saying, "Hey, Colin," he's like, "Hey, cousin, want to go bowling?"
Yeah, you
want to go bowling, cousin?
Hey,
you have a friend to go bowling with at all times. It's amazing.
Now here's a question.
Yes.
Devin, off of your GTA game, which one would you prefer to live in? GTA games.
In modern world, I don't want to be in GTA 4 because Nico Bellic is not an American citizen, and our president would not appreciate that very much. So,
so is it like between?
I try to avoid that. GTA 5, Franklin would be amazing to play as because he's a G.
Hot coffee, San Andreas?
Vice City would be a lot of fun, being fucking
Vice City
Miami.
You're into that
hanging out,
vibe, you would definitely like.
endless cocaine.
God.
What do you
Endless
imply?
cocaine, strippers, money, sex, and drugs.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
Literally
GTA
living the life that everyone raps about in songs.
And Watch Dogs would just be a least fun version of GTA, so can't really put that on my
He
list.
said, "I swear, if you say Watch Dogs."
But my other option is definitely a wild card. No one will see it coming. All right, here we go.
Oh, yeah.
So the game.
Okay.
The game is Tetris. And
Tetris.
I would be wait, the character I would be is that long ass brick that whenever you see on your screen you get excited as fuck. I need to have that much excitement in my life whenever I'm seen. Like when I'm on that screen, everyone freaks out and gets excited, and that's what I want to be. I want my life to be
a
like that.
self-conscious
I want to be appreciated.
pixel.
I mean,
A self-aware pixel.
I'll be the long ass brick.
Long ass
on
brick.
Tetris.
Long brick.
All right. So Seth, what about you?
Let's go.
Oh, me?
Yeah,
Alright.
boy.
So I've had to really think about this. Pokemon was an option, but I was like, no, that's a normie answer. And I was thinking about
I see how
a lot of games that I was playing. You know, as much as I love certain games, I cannot picture myself living in like Mortal Kombat. I couldn't picture myself living in any COD game or Halo.
What about Fallout?
No, absolutely not.
But you love Fallout.
I think that my game, I don't know if anyone else has played this before, Jet Set Radio.
I've never played it.
I've never played it. I've heard of it, I think.
It is a really fun game that was for, I believe, the original Xbox. I played it. Oh, yeah, I played it for the Dreamcast. It was a game where basically, imagine everybody is Lucio, basically.
Oh my god!
And instead of like healing,
everyone's
like doing graffiti because the authorities like, no, you can't do that. And then you're like, well, speed boost, and you just go around and you do graffiti and cool tricks off of rails and shit. The controls were smooth. The music, oh man, the music was so good in that game. Oh my gosh!
So no NFL Street 2.
I like that option.
I do like that option.
Like you're just throwing football 50 yards behind your back, accurate as hell.
What if it's NBA Street Volume 2 and you keep doing the off the heezy? People just bounce the basketball off your head.
Endless dinner served.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
But
make it stop.
Yeah, Jet Set Radio, most definitely. It's a game where like I'm pretty sure you don't necessarily die. I don't think. I'm not too sure. I haven't played a game in forever, but it's just a really fun game to play.
I've never even think I've heard it. I thought you were gonna say like Power Stone or something.
You said Power Stone?
Yeah, that's what I thought you were gonna say, but
I was thinking about it, but then I was just like, I'm a man where if I want to live out my life, I want the least amount of danger to me. And Power Stone, even though all the characters are really weird and and stuff, someone can easily just transform into like a doomsday device from the 3 Power Stones.
True.
So it's like Jet Set Radio State because everybody who's interested in like going against the authorities, like roller skating and shit, and that helps keeps you active. Graffiti on the wall, classic hip hop shit. I love it. So for me, it would be Jet Set Radio. I really don't have a specific character because I like all.
No, I got you. So
I think I would be the DJ guy because that dude's hilarious. If you ever look him up, just go ahead look up.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Just look him up and look what he looks. See what he looks like. Whenever you get the time, you'll be like, wow. But yeah, that's my choice.
All right, Jared, what would be your just anything but Assassin's Creed or Far Cry?
No, not
or
that,
any Ubisoft I swear if you say Dragon Age.
Bro, Assassin's Creed would get me like pissed off, dude. I would not.
So wait,
no.
Like, is this historically accurate? What
if it was Assassin's Creed,
if it was,
it was, would you rather be an NPC in the real world or an NPC within the Adamus NPC? You be the NPC of an NPC.
I would be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd rather fucking be an NPC, bro. I ain't trying to have nobody coming after me. I'm just gonna stick to my farm.
Wait, like the NPC of like the quote unquote real world, or the NPC? What? You said the NPC in part of like the real world, or like the anime?
It would be an NPC in the real world, essentially. That's why it's like that's why I'm not picking it. Like, I'm not doing it.
So what would be your game of choice?
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Why?
All right.
I would love to know. Bro, besides, you gotta go fast.
You got ring, right?
You got hella rings.
No, listen, dude. It's look. You just need to walk around town, and you collect rings. That's just pretty much it. That's your sustenance. You don't gotta eat anything. You can move really fast. You can steal shit. It's good. Nobody will know anything. Pretty nice. It's also just humorous.
So no family, no nothing.
And people don't really die. I mean, they do kind of die, but like they always come back. Like Shadow. How many Shadow clones do they have?
A lot.
Shadow clones.
Exactly. And they all have the same memories too, so that's what's good. That's what's great about being Shadow. I wouldn't be Sonic, bro. I'd be Shadow the Hedgehog, right? I like wielding. I would like holding a gun and running.
Not Silver the Hedgehog from the 2006 game.
No,
where they pretty much like supported bestiality between Sonic and the princess.
Oh my god!
Oh. No, no. What was that? Was that Sonic game with It took place during it took place in
Sonic Unleashed.
No. It took place in the realm of 1001 Nights. What was that?
Oh, Sonic and the Black Knight or something like that.
Yeah. What was it?
Secret Rings.
Yeah, that's the one I would live in because it has a whole bunch of fantasy. There's more lore in it than a regular Sonic game.
So why wouldn't you just choose like Dragon Age then?
Well, that was another option. But you see, the reason I wouldn't choose Dragon Age is let's say
or Jade Empire.
Let's say it's because people are racist in Dragon Age, like towards different whatever race you pick. So let's say you're a human, right? Then the elves, Kunari, and dwarves ain't really gonna fuck with you as much, right? Just because you're human and you're a piece of shit. Let's say you're an elf, right? Ain't nobody gonna fuck with you. They're not even gonna let you into cities unless you're important.
Unless you're a city elf.
Unless you're a city elf, but I will not be a city elf. I am not trying to bro. That origin was the worst origin on any video game where you could have multiple beginnings. I also wouldn't because there's like too much demons and shit game. Like anybody can get possessed or like a demon could just like sneak in your house, be like, hey, what up with a fam, and kill you, eat you, and then become you. And it's like, oh, I don't want a fake Jared walking around like killing people. That's just not okay. Huh? It's not okay. So I chose Sonic because it seems the most safest route. Oh, there's another option where I wouldn't mind living in Mario, like being Mario. Just because he saves princesses, and I'm not implying anything, but I think that something has to happen after he rescues a princess.
He just wants to make sure that
we don't see off screen. Wow. How many princesses has he rescued? He's Princess Daisy, Peach, Rosalina,
the same princess, yeah.
Bro. No, those all 3 different princesses, dude. That's
Daisy. Yeah. You're right. My fault.
Yeah, and more now. I was gonna say Legend of Zelda, but I don't really like walking around and not seeing anybody.
Well,
anywhere.
Well, depending, even with
like that's just literally just living in that's like living on like a whole state by yourself. Essentially, I feel like
Chuck E. Cheese, no lines.
No, but
No, but
Take a
think about it.
food
Legend of Zelda,
I
like
would.
everyone's like speaking gibberish, and then
Hey, wait a minute. We might be able to get drunk at Chuck E. Cheese. You know what?
oh my
You know what?
gosh.
You know what? Yeah.
So
Yeah.
no Five Nights at Freddy's,
I
no
like it.
Outlast.
Oh no, that gave me cancer. Anyway, what was our next thing?
So I guess I just wanted to spread some new gaming cheer. I've been very excited about this because from these sources say that Fable 4 will
Whoa.
be making
That.
an appearance because we all know that Xbox, Microsoft in general, needs exclusive new IPs. Like I don't really want to say exclusives because the fact that both with the Xbox Play Anywhere program, it's more of I would just say any new IP, sorry if I'm like stuttering, but any new IP that's coming out for the Xbox One, they already said it's also going to have a PC release. So, if you buy the digital version on Xbox, you get the PC port for free and vice versa. So kind of like, it's pretty much like cross-save, which is pretty cool. And I think that they are now finally starting to cater to not only the console market, but the PC market as well. And it's just, I just feel like they need this. They really need these new IPs. I don't want to say exclusives because they're on two separate platforms and technically they don't have exclusives, but I don't really want to get into this. You get into like console exclusives versus
They have Microsoft exclusive.
yeah. So okay. So yeah,
Which just means-
technically they do if you want to say Microsoft exclusives, I guess. But I'm just very excited about this. It's Fable's been like one of my favorite IPs.
No.
Games in general. I mean, I felt like I actually played Fable 2 first before I played the first one. I do remember playing a little bit of the first one when the original Xbox was out, but apparently it's supposed to be created by the UK developers of the Horizon spin-off Forza games if my sources are correct.
Now,
Good track.
I wouldn't mind living Fable, even though it might be a little bit dangerous. It'd be funny as fuck.
I feel like it'd be like okay, like if we would have said like Fable 1, because like back then
Fable what? Which
Fable
one?
1, like
Okay, yeah.
sorry, I don't know why my mic's cutting out, but
I don't know. It might be my internet, or it doesn't matter. On the stream, you're not going to be cutting out because it's your fucking computer. But
so it's just like with Fable 1. There was a lot of, heroes were everywhere. And then, like, the Fable 2, there was, like, a 500-year jump. And then from Fable 2 to Fable 3, it was, like, a 50-year jump, which is kind of weird. So I don't know if they're going to have, like, plug something in between Fable 1.
If you remember in Fable 3, there wasn't a lot of heroes left. You weren't even a legit.
There wasn't
You weren't even a legit hero in Fable 3. You like needed gloves and like equipment to set it to like.
Well, they explained the gloves helped you channel your magic because you play the son and or daughter of your prior hero in Fable 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a 50-year jump after because you essentially, because after you kill, I forgot the guy's name in Fable 2, you essentially you become the new king or queen. And, you rule over Albion, and then you have a son or daughter, and those are the people that's the character that you play as in Fable 3, which Fable 3 wasn't very beloved by a lot of people. I mean, I can kind of understand why. I mean, I still enjoyed it overall, especially when it first came out, but it's not my favorite Fable out of all three, but I still enjoy it. It's sitting in my Steam library. I don't know how to activate it because every single time I try to download it, it's just terrible. But I don't know. I just think this is really good. I want Xbox to thrive because it's not just, helping out those playing on console, even though exclusives in general, in my opinion, aren't really helping the gaming community to begin with. But that's a topic for another time. But I just feel like this is a really smart move for them. And they have Sea of Thieves coming out and what else? State of Decay 2, things like that. But I think they really need to get back into like the RPG elements of things, because I mean I miss it honestly, and I hope they this team does a really good job with it. So yeah. But there was another topic we were supposed to
Oh yeah, I got
talk
this
about.
shit.
Go ahead.
All right, boys. What? Okay, there are benefits and drawbacks of playing with a controller versus a keyboard. Some games are better. Well, it really depends. Like about half games better with a controller, half games are better with a keyboard. It's like some games are better designed for a controller. Games are easier with the controller, even though they may not be designed. I know, for example, first-person shooters are easier with a keyboard, but that's because you have more you have more control over where you're aiming with your mouse. It's very, very precise, and that's one of the chief benefits of it. However, getting used to a keyboard takes way longer than getting used to a controller. Like a controller, you pick up, and within like 5 minutes, you remember everything. No matter what, like let's say you're transitioning from an Xbox, and then you're like, oh, or Xbox controller on your computer or something, and then you're like, oh, I want to go play Zelda. And then you go to your fucking Wii and plug in that GameCube controller, which is, by the way, one of the best fucking controllers ever created. People still use the GameCube controller when they're playing Smash on their like Switch. Like it's
I didn't know you could do that.
Smash on the Switch.
I don't think it's on the Switch. It's on whatever what was on the Wii U.
Devin's about to lose his mind.
Yeah, I was like,
play Smash on the go, bro.
Devin was like, yo,
in
let
good
me
time.
have that.
In good time. Well, yeah,
they'll put it on there. That's their highest.
Hopefully, it's not that cardboard thing that they're doing. I don't know how I feel about
that lame-o.
What is it called?
Labo. Labia or something.
No, shut up.
I'm not too crazy about it. I just feel like it's more of a.
It's just for kids. Yeah, it's just for kids. It's
on the topic of this controller thing, see, this is what I was talking to Jared about beforehand. Originally, the question was, oh, which one's better? But you can't really say what one is better than the other overall, just because of like Jared was saying.
It's just dependent on the game.
Right, it really just depends on the game. Now, if the question was narrowed down to is PC controls better for like FPS shooters? Oh yeah, fucking PC controllers will whoop FPS. Will whoop controller.
Keyboards will whip controllers.
For FPS games. Now, on the flip side, like I was saying, in my opinion, racing games on a keyboard are fucking impossible.
Right, and you don't feel the satisfaction pressing a pedal.
Right,
and that vibration.
Yeah, that trigger is like a vibration. I think there's like some games, it's like you don't know if you're fucking up if you don't have the vibration.
Right. Plus, too, like controller-wise, there are specific controllers to simulate actually driving a vehicle. So in that case, a keyboard would literally suck dick compared to a controller. Same thing too with fighting games. Unless it's like Brawlhalla and you're struggling and you don't have a fucking controller, you can't play fighting games with a keyboard. I don't care what the fuck anyone says or tries to do. That shit is impossible. I also heard too that The Witcher 3.
Oh yeah.
Oi, Witcher!
Oh yeah. It's very difficult with the keyboard.
I do know some people who play with the keyboard and mouse.
Yeah.
It's their own preference. But that's a great thing about PC gaming in general.
Yeah.
You have these options. You're not just limited to one thing.
See, but the first Witcher, very difficult. The controls are completely different than Witcher 3. Very difficult. You can't play it with a controller. Most people haven't played it. They've just watched videos of playing it because the controls were so difficult. For the Witcher 1. Now, Witcher 2, if we had Randall in here, Randall could be like, yeah, it's impossible with the keyboard and mouse. A controller, because I remember when he was first playing it, he was like, dude, I can't do anything. I'm like, Randall, just plug in a controller, okay? Like CD Projekt Red designed The Witcher 2 and The Witcher 3 to be played with a controller, not with a keyboard and mouse. So then he plugs in the controller and he was like, oh. It was way easier for him. I mean, it's still very difficult games, but I mean, he was able to actually do the stuff that you're supposed to be able to do. It was like a keyboard or mouse, because you have to micromanage your character a lot. Like you have to where Geralt is on this relation to other enemies, highly important. So, like it's very hard to micromanage characters with a keyboard and mouse unless it's in first person. Now, you need somebody to move somewhere. It's very easier with a controller because you can do certain maneuvers that move a character that you can't do with just Q, W, A, S, D, and E. That are like really difficult. Like an example is like for Dragon Age, right? Like yeah, Christian knows this.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say like if it was made for like
if you try to Dragon Age Origins, Dragon Age 2 are very good with the control with keyboard and mouse. But Dragon Age 2 is more fun with the keyboard and mouse. With a controller, with a controller, but it's easier with the keyboard and mouse. But
yeah, it is easier to micromanage, I will say, because it's just
yeah. But then Dragon Age Inquisition to micromanage is very it's way easier with the controller. They design it for a controller,
right?
But the other two they didn't on the.
What sliver of left the good of BioWare? Like, oh, but yeah, Anthem. Yeah. Let's talk about that.
Oh, I don't.
So just a little.
Yeah,
bit.
just in
we're like a 30-minute mark right now. So
I have no faith. It's EA.
It's BioWare though. Okay, so a little bit more faith. But I don't.
EA,
I mean, well, okay, like, but a lot of the original developers, like from BioWare, like they've left. Like they're gone, which is it's the same thing happened with Bungie when it came to Destiny, RIP. And I mean, I'm serious. Like, I mean, these companies are not as good as what they used to be, and it's like, I mean, I understand they're trying to get back on track, but like overall, like I know they don't mean to, but I feel like they're just hurting themselves because like if Anthem has microtransactions in that game where it's a paywall for pay to win and stuff like that, or like anything, or if they try to do anything that like Bungie pulled with like locking away some of the content that was on the original disc or part of like the vanilla game, like they will be in so much trouble. They will lose a lot of the fan base that they have left. I mean, I want to buy Star Wars Battlefront 2, but it's like I've told people how I felt. It's just like, well, yeah, like they're like, okay, well, like they took out microtransactions for now. I'm like, well, yeah, for now. Like you want them gone forever. Like you have to fight with your wallet. I believe Seth was talking about it in another podcast, and it's like this is your money. Like just don't buy the game that supports this type of business because it's just I want to pay $60 for a game. And if there's DLC for it, that's fine. So be it. Season pass that includes the DLC, future DLC. I feel like that's okay because you know what you're getting out of the experience. They tell you beforehand, and they go into a little bit more depth, like when the actual DLCs come out, like pack wise, and you know what you're getting. It's not just I'm gonna buy this mystery box and it could contain something like of super high value or really low value. And like I said before, it's just like when it's considered gambling is when those items have no real world value where you can't resell those items. You're stuck with them to use within the game. It has value. It adds value to the game, but not any. There's no real world currency or value, and I don't know. But yeah, I want Anthem to succeed, but like they don't need to put any type of microtransactions in that game where it's just gonna fall. It's gonna crash and burn. I mean, EA already destroys everything it touches to begin with,
and make sure it's a full game, unlike Destiny.
Oh, please make sure it's a full game. I'm sorry for that little rant. It's just I want Anthem to succeed so that Bungie can get their crap together and say, oh, well, we have a competitor now, essentially, because if you really think about it, Bungie or Destiny didn't really have a competitor prior to. I mean, like, there was Borderlands, but that came out, like, years prior to. Like
Borderlands 3, please.
Oh, yeah, Borderlands 2. That'd be really great. But I want Destiny to have competitions so that they can actually up their game and say, well, Anthem's doing this. What can we do to make our own game better? What can we do to keep our player base at a high number and, just to make better content all around, not give us these half-empty experiences where half of the money that they pour into is in with the graphics. When, graphics aren't as important, the gameplay is what's important. And if you're not having fun within the game, then what's the point of playing the game?
Exactly.
I play Rivals of Aether.
Me and Christian have been playing old games recently.
We've been playing old BioWare games.
And,
I don't care. As long as everything... I really don't care that much about the graphics. The gameplay and the story, it's story-driven. The gameplay is fantastic.
The story to me is perhaps the most important thing in the game.
Oh, absolutely. Perhaps. Even perhaps.
But
even with Overwatch, I would just say it's a beautiful game.
No, there's a reason I haven't really played Overwatch.
The gameplay is
because
fantastic.
I don't. I'm like.
Well, you need a computer that can run it first.
I can run it. What the fuck?
Oh, okay. Mean? Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. I'm sorry.
What the fuck do you mean, bro? I be running. I can run The Witcher 3 on this.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Well, yeah. Back to what you were saying. Or were you done?
Wait, what?
We were talking about
yeah. Yeah, we play old games. It's those old games. Sure, the graphics are shit. Some of the gameplay is a little bit. It could have worked on, but remember this is 2005,
right?
But it's like
or prior.
But the stories are what makes it. I think story-driven games are very very well made, and they draw more people in. Whereas, there's multiplayer game, but sometimes multiplayer games are not fun. They
that is very true.
Away. They suck the fun away, and it's they make you mad. Or video games are supposed to be relaxed. So that's why I get made fun of for this, but I play basically 90% of the games I play are single player games.
Oh yeah.
I'm right there with you, man. Because half the time it's you get more.
Yeah, that's
more of an experience, more for your money out of that way. Because you can play it at your own time.
It's video games are supposed to calm you, man. They're supposed to be your own relaxation time, not your I'm gonna get pissy because my teammate didn't know what he's doing, or I'm gonna have my rank drop or something. It's just I was okay, yeah. You guys remember when I used to play multiplayer games all the time, right? Do you guys? I would get too pissed. I would start yelling and screaming and shit, and I was just all right, I don't need this.
It's not even with that. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, go.
I was just I guess with multiplayer games now, I feel like it is more of there's more of a rush to it, and it's really hard to keep up with all the multiplayer shooters that are involved. If Anthem has a fantastic story, story driven first and foremost, and the gameplay is fun, then that type of multiplayer game I would love to just dive into and kind of just see what all there is to see and learn all about the the fantasy world and whatnot. But with all of these multiplayer games that are coming that are out, it's just there's too many to count. And they're very, I'm not saying that they're rushed. It's just that once one comes out, within the next month, you feel like you're obligated to buy all the new shooters, and then you have to split your time up between every single one, and it's just I don't know. It's just kind of weird for me. I just feel especially once you get older, it's kind of you start to appreciate story-driven games more. I used to play a lot when I was a kid too. So when we were all kids, there wasn't any online gaming until technically the Sega Dreamcast, but let's just say PlayStation 2 and the Xbox, the original Xbox. But prior to that, all there was story-driven games. There was multiplayer co-op where your friends came over and played with you. But I feel a lot of developers now are even straying away from that. Even with Halo 5, that game on Xbox One was over 80 gigs, and they didn't even include couch co-op split screen.
Yeah, they took that out for more.
I feel a lot of games do that now. A lot of multiplayer games. And like I get it, you know, like they're trying to harness part of the internet, and not everyone can come over. But it's like even like within my fraternity, we used to have like game nights and stuff like that, and it was very important. I mean, that we had games that a sit down couch co-op type thing as like a fellowship type deal, and it was just more fun. Like we actually had to turn to older gaming consoles, like the N64, the Wii, the Wii U, things like that, just in order to have a fun experience where it's like, oh man, hey, you want to play Overwatch? It's like, well, we can't play split screen. It's it's only online. It's online only when it comes to playing with your friends. And I don't know. I mean, like, it's not necessarily a bad thing, but I just don't want the entire market to be saturated with those type of games or open world games that just have nothing in them whatsoever. It's just, yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Sorry, rant over.
I have a public service announcement.
Okay.
If anyone out there listening plays VR chat, I implore you to join the Ernie gang. We are strong and we are taking over.
Ernie gang.
Ernie gang. We gotta thank Alfred, who's a YouTuber. He's the guy who started the whole shit, like the whole Ernie gang thing.
Yep, shout out.
I went on VR chat and I was like, I'll just do the same shit to see if someone follows me. And I legit, by the end of the time I was playing, I got 30 people following me, and they were all Ernies.
It was glorious.
We had one dude who only used the Microsoft Sam voice. He was like my second in command.
He was like, Ernie, gang.
Yeah, exactly. That's what he did.
Then there were Swallow Wrens walking around.
Yeah.
So wait, who started the Uganda warrior Knuckles tribe?
The heresy, the piss poor poison that is the Ugandan Knuckles.
Hey, you know what was good? We invaded the Uganda island.
Yeah,
and then we got all of them Knuckles. They followed us, and they were like,
taking over Uganda.
They're like, show me the way. I do not know the way. And then we were like, oh yeah, you want to see the way? Follow us. And they're like, show me the way.
Well, you know what's
but
funny?
They already know the way.
A long time after we did that, he actually made a video where it was like teasing towards like a civil war between the Knuckles and the
Oh yeah.
No.
We made it
already.
No. I would love to see that.
You just hear a bunch of Knuckles and a bunch of with the rubber duckies.
And then the Swallow Bends coming. Who would the Swallow Bend side with?
Oh my god.
That is hysterical. That is. Oh my gosh! But yeah,
the funny thing about the Swallow Wren thing was they were 2D cutouts.
They were just walking around like little South Park characters.
That's hysterical. Oh my gosh! Yeah, we're about it. Like we're oh my gosh, you cannot talk today. We're about 42 minutes in. Was there anything else you guys want to cover on, or did you guys? I mean, it doesn't really matter to me. I mean, we can go for, I would say like an hour, no more than an hour in general. Like I saw, what games is everyone playing right now? Let's dive into that for a little bit. We jump from game to game, but what's like the main game that you guys are playing right now?
Right now, for me, it's gonna be 3 games. Injustice 2. I've been playing that a lot. Been trying to get used to the game. I am like the fighting game connoisseur of the friend group, but this game is kind of long-winded. But I love how it looks and all the character rosters pretty good. So like I'm trying to learn it. I'm also just downloaded Fallout 4 again. I'm gonna try to play that again. And there's mods I was looking at, and I'm also playing a lot of Overwatch. This is giving me high blood pressure, but last time I played it before Christian and Devin and I played, I played like 6 games in comp and got back all the SR I lost over the course of like 20 games with my friends. So I'm gonna be soloing until I can get myself up high enough to where I can weed out the cancer and get actual teammates.
Oh my. What jeez, I cannot talk today. What about you, Devin? What games have you been picking up? I know you got a Switch, so yeah, you've been very excited about that.
I'm all over that Super Mario Odyssey. It is.
It's fun, isn't it?
It is it's a magical game.
I feel it. So Jared,
Cappy just changes so much.
Oh.
Makes it so much better.
oh yeah, I watched the Completionist. He did a video about. He does he completes. Excuse me, a lot of Nintendo games. But yeah, Super Mario Odyssey was one of them. He said he had a grand old time with it. So I thought that was pretty cool in general. So Jared, what about you?
Well, I've been playing Dragon Age, the whole series, for about 2 months now.
You have.
And I started Dragon Age Inquisition about maybe like maybe about a month ago. And I'm still playing the same character that I started a month ago. I'm not even done with the game yet. Hold on. I'll tell you how many hours I have, but I'm only maybe like halfway through.
This is going to be a doozy, ladies and gentlemen, because he loves.
I am the RPG connoisseur of this friend group. Well, not RPG, but more like third-person RPG connoisseur. And let's check how many hours I have. Oh, 104 hours and hold on.
Wow.
Not enough.
104 hours and 55 minutes.
You can do better than
so
that,
far.
Jared.
I know I
Just
can.
kidding. Well, yeah, no, that's a lot.
I think on the first time I beat this game, which was like maybe like when it first came out, so it was like 2013, 2014. I 200 hours to beat it,
Wow.
and that was just the main game.
So total altogether, like 300 right now.
Then there was not 300. Then there was the DLC, and that was like maybe another, like all of the DLC. That was maybe another like 50 together. I'm not entirely certain.
I got you.
But I at least 200 hours beating that whole game.
It's crazy.
It is very long.
I feel it.
But it's packed full of stuff. And I was talking about this earlier. Dragon Age is just so much lore. It has too much.
It's too much. Yeah. Yeah, from what I've read and, from what I've been playing, I mean, I guess with my area of games that I've been playing, and for the longest time I had been, what was it? I've been wanting to play The Witcher 3. It was just really hard with me with my last semester in college this past May. And, trying to get ready for the real world, excuse me. And, Jared, kids kept pushing me to play it. I was like, dude, I'm gonna get around to it. Like, I promise, I swear. And he's like, no, you need to play this now. So, once I got a big boy job and kind of just went around, and I was like, well, now that I have more time to play, since me moving out of state, and so Witcher 3 has been my number one so far. I kind of stopped playing right after I beat the main game because I didn't have the DLC, but now I have the DLC after the Steam sale, so I'll probably dive back into that. But
you playing that now? You playing that now, huh?
I don't.
What you doing? What you doing, cuz?
I want to play some Jade. Okay, so I was playing KOTOR, Knights of the Old Republic.
Oh, that's acceptable too. But
fantastic game. Mr. Matty plays is like, I don't know. He's just kind of convinced me how great of a game it is, and just the lore. And it's like I'm gonna dive in and see what I can do. And I got about 31 hours in, and half of the commands and half of like the controls just aren't working anymore. I'm not sure just because if it's an old game or not, but I'm looking for a new game to just dive into, and I'm thinking either
go play
Jade
DLC
Empire,
for The Witcher.
Okay, well, obviously the Witcher DLC, but I kind of want to get
you need to do that. The DLC stories for each DLC are better than the main game.
So I've heard, but there's Jade Empire, there's Dragon Age Origins. I started a little bit of the South Park Stick of Truth, but I think I'm either going to might just commit to Dragon Age or Jade Empire. I'm in
Dragon Age. Once you commit, it'll be a long time until you go to something else.
Well, we'll see. But
it might depends if you're like me, but I don't know.
But like at the same time, I kind of want to replay Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green. I've been watching a lot of people play it online. Of the Super Beer Bros, they've been playing it, and like it gets me back in the mood to kind of just go back into it and see what I can do. I don't know. It's one of the very few games that I can replay 1,000 times over and never get tired of the story. It doesn't really matter which Pokemon version, in my opinion, but I do enjoy the originals and second generation and third. There's a lot. But yeah, those are pretty much the games that I'm going back and forth. Just got to narrow it down. I've been watching a lot of TV shows in my spare time as well, so I'm kind of, I got to pick one or the other and kind of just go for it.
True.
Yeah. But yeah, so we're at about, I want to say, 49 minutes. I think this is a good place to stop, unless you guys wanted to talk about anything else.
I don't know.
I'm good.
Good.
All right. Well, yeah. So, Devin, I know this is like super last minute, but have you ran into any type of deals for our Broke Boi listeners out there, just in general, or?
There's a couple. There's not too many go through this time. Watch Dogs 2 is on sale again. It seems to be on sale quite often lately. $20 Steam if you want to scoop that up.
Yeah, $20. Yeah.
There's also a sale on Amazon right now for PC and wireless accessories, 20% off if you need anything there.
I think Hub is on sale as well. They're creators from Torchlight 1 and 2 for $15, so it's like 25% off from $20. But I guess if you're like really into that kind of stuff, there's the Microsoft Flight Simulator X Steam Edition.
And I did see on Green Man Gaming they have a bunch of newer like upcoming games on sale. Like you can get Far Cry 5 for 22% off.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of Green Man Gaming is really good for that kind of thing when it comes for newer games to come out. I know one of my coworkers bought Cuphead for like, I think it was like $15 or $16 new off Green Man Gaming for Steam. So that's definitely a place people should check out. I think Humble is always a cool place. They seem to have a lot of deals from time to time. I haven't been too crazy about any of their Humble deals lately, I guess. I guess it's nothing that's really interests me, but yeah, I think that's a good place to stop, guys.
Yeah,
absolutely. Well, thank you all for tuning in, and we will see you very soon. We're going to try our very best to start uploading podcasts every 2 weeks so that we have more of a consistency on our channel. We're still very small. Just don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. We're at around 13 subscribers. I would like us to shoot for 100 by, what would be realistic? 100 subscribers around, let's say, by like June.
Yeah. Like
depending on, how we grow and whatnot. But by June 1st, we're going to, check back. And, we appreciate if you guys want to like and subscribe. We're always here to chat, and we enjoy, bringing this type of information to you guys. And let's just end it there. And let's just pray that the Patriots lose today. That's the most important part. But yeah, we'll see you guys next time. Say bye, everyone. See you. Peace. I don't know.
Comment below what world you'd want to live in.
Yes, that is another very good thing.
There you go.